I want to talk to you guys that are growing a lot of pasture, raising cows, beef, sheep, whatever you're growing out in pasture, trying to make a profit. I want to talk to you about how Black Wonder will put more dollars in your pocket. I guess you know what's happened with fertilizer and diesel fuel. So every ounce of diesel fuel you can save and every bag of fertilizer you can save is huge if you're trying to grow good pasture and feed your livestock to produce a good fat cow or a good fat sheep or whatever you're trying to produce. You want your pasture to be the best it can be. And these products right here will deliver that. Now, it's not an overnight success. It takes years to deplete soils and it takes years to build them back up. What I'm going to present to you is a 3-year process. And if you've got pasture land and you want to get the maximum foliage out of it, the maximum good green grass and legumes to feed your livestock, this is the Black Wonder plan. We got this stuff in a bag, but it's too expensive for a farmer, just to tell you the truth, because we compost the organics out, we compost the barnyard manures out, and then we put these dry soil enhancer products in here. That's just too expensive for a farmer. You need to be buying this dry soil enhancer. And here's how we suggest using it. If you're going to put out some fertilizer, if you were going to put out 10 bags, I only want you to put out 7 bags. Now, every time you put out a bag of fertilizer, I want you to put this much Black Wonder with it. This is 7.5 ounces of Black Wonder. I want you to put that in with your fertilizer. There's enough fertilizer in this 5-gallon, and there's enough Black Wonder in this 5-gallon bucket to do 85 bags of fertilizer, okay? So you can buy this 5-gallon bucket. It's cheaper than buying it here. And you can mix that with 85 bags of fertilizer, and you can actually start using 30% less fertilizer. Why is that? Because all the goodies in here, the enzymes, the humic acid, the polymers, they're gonna start improving your soil and making plant food out of the organics and the minerals in your soil, so you don't need as much fertilizer. Now, you need organics. And of course, the best way in a pasture land to get organics is to just spread your manure around. So when you're putting out your fertilizer, you want to put this with your fertilizer and spread it out over your pasture, and then you want to go get a pasture drag, a chain link pasture drag, and you want to drag all over your pasture. If you put a little seed out to bump up the crop, you want to put your seed out if you're doing that. You want to put your fertilizer out if you're doing that. And you want to put your lime out if you're doing that, and the Black Wonder. So the Black Wonder, the lime if you need it. You want to get your pH up around 6.5. That's so important. And then if you're going to say you're trying to bump up the thickness of your stand, a little seed, now take that pasture drag, that chain link hair pasture drag, which you can buy anywhere. They're used all over the world. Drag that all over your pasture. You're gonna embed all these goodies into your soil, your lime, your fertilizer, and your Black Wonder, and you're gonna spread that cow manure around. So that's gonna build up your organic matter. I don't know I know you've noticed this if you're a farmer. You know how the grass always grows greener around a cow pile because it's got the organic matter and the nutrients there that it needs. So that's to your benefit to drag that around. If you'll do that for 3 years, use 30% less fertilizer, use our product, and we do have a volume discount. If you're a large user, if you got a lot of pasture, you call the office. The number's right on your screen there. You call the office. We have volume discounts for farmers, and we'll get this product to you and get you started. But you do that for 3 years. Use 30% less fertilizer, and this is enough for 2 acres. This is enough for 10 acres. Put that product out with your fertilizer, lime if you need it, seed if you're trying to seed in a certain time of year and get another kind of crop growing. on year 4, you will have your soil built up enough by incorporating this down in the soil, and it'll migrate down in the soil. You should be able to use 50% less fertilizer. Farmers, ranchers, that's huge. At the price of fertilizer, if you can get your soil built up with this Black Wonder product, and in year 4 you start using half as much of this as you were using, and half as much fertilizer. In other words, this becomes a 20-acre bucket instead of a 10-acre bucket. And instead of buying 10 bags of fertilizer, you're only buying 5. That's huge, okay? So it's not overnight. Your soils don't get depleted overnight, and they don't get built back overnight. But if you put your pasture land on the Black Wonder plan, you will have better pasture. You'll grow fatter beef. You'll make more money. It's a money maker. You're going to save money on the front end, and you're going to make more money on the end when you take your livestock for sale. Thank you very much for your time today.